Fake HOA/tires on a military truck got caught and shamed by the entire city. What kind of person would slash the tires of a military truck just to prove a point? In the quiet town of Willow Creek, where neighbors waved from porches and kids played freely in the streets, one woman's vendetta turned a peaceful community into a battleground. HOA Karen, the self-appointed enforcer of the local homeowners association, wasn't just known for her petty fines and passive-aggressive notes. She was a storm in human form, brewing resentment with every rule she wielded like a weapon. But this time, her actions crossed a line no one saw coming, and the fallout would expose her in ways she never imagined. HOA had always prided herself on control. As the HOA president, she patrolled Willow Creek with a clipboard and a smirk, issuing citations for untrimmed hedges or cars parked an inch too close to a curb. Her latest obsession was a military truck, a rugged green beast owned by Staff Sergeant Marcus Reed, a local hero who'd just returned from deployment. The truck, parked legally in his driveway, was an eyesore to HOA. "It's not regulation," she'd mutter, scribbling notes during her daily inspections. Marcus, a soft-spoken man with a knack for defusing tension, politely explained the truck was military property, used for community outreach programs. HOA didn't care. To her, it was a challenge to her authority. The conflict simmered for weeks. HOA left notes on Marcus's door, each more aggressive than the last. "Remove the vehicle or face fines. This is a neighborhood, not a war zone." Marcus, ever patient, offered to meet with the HOA board to discuss. But HOA refused dialogue. She wanted obedience. Rumors spread that she'd started a petition to ban unsightly vehicles, rallying a small group of her loyal followers. Most residents, though, admired Marcus. He'd organized toy drives for kids and volunteered at the Veterans Center. The town saw him as one of their own, while HOA's crusade felt personal, vindictive. Then came the twist no one expected. A whistleblower from within the HOA, Linda, a shy retiree who'd joined the board to make friends, had grown tired of HOA's bullying. She'd overheard HOA bragging at a coffee shop about teaching Marcus a lesson. Linda, trembling with nerves, slipped an anonymous note to Marcus's neighbor, Sarah, warning that HOA was planning something drastic. Sarah, a fiery single mom who'd clashed with HOA over her son's skateboard ramp, didn't hesitate. She rallied a group of neighbors to keep an eye on Marcus's property. They didn't know what HOA was planning, but they knew it wasn't good. It happened on a chilly October evening, just as the sun dipped below the horizon. HOA, cloaked in a dark hoodie, crept into Marcus's driveway. Her knife gleamed under the streetlight as she knelt beside the military truck, slashing each tire with a fury that seemed to erupt from years of pent-up rage. The rubber hissed, the truck sagged, and HOA's lips curled into a triumphant sneer. She didn't know Sarah and her neighbors were watching from across the street, phones in hand, recording every move. Nor did she see Marcus, alerted by Sarah's text, stepping out of his house with a calm but steely gaze. The confrontation was electric. "HOA, what are you doing?" Marcus's voice cut through the dusk, steady but laced with disbelief. HOA froze, the knife slipping from her hand. The crowd, now spilling out from nearby houses, murmured in shock. Sarah stepped forward, holding up her phone. "It's all here. HOA, you can't lie your way out of this." HOA's face twisted panic, defiance, then a desperate attempt to spin the narrative. "This truck is a danger," she shouted. "I'm protecting our community." But the crowd wasn't buying it. A teenager in the back yelled, "You're just mad he didn't bow to you." Laughter rippled through, sharp and unforgiving. The truth unraveled faster than HOA could control. Sarah's video spread like wildfire on the town's social media, showing HOA's calculated destruction. But the real bombshell came from Linda, who, emboldened by the crowd, stepped forward with a trembling voice. "She's been faking violations for months," Linda confessed. "She doctored photos of my garden to fine me. She threatened to sue anyone who questioned her." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Linda handed Marcus a folder copies of emails where HOA had mocked residents, bragged about her power, and even admitted to targeting Marcus because his truck made her look weak. HOA's empire crumbled in real time. The crowd's anger boiled over, not just at the slashed tires but at the betrayal of trust. A local reporter, tipped off by Sarah, arrived with a camera crew, broadcasting the scene live on the evening news. HOA cornered, tried to flee, but the crowd blocked her path not with violence, but with questions. "Why, HOA?" an elderly neighbor asked, voice breaking. "We trusted you." HOA's excuses, mumbled claims about standards and misunderstandings, fell flat. The reporter's microphone caught her stammering, her face pale under the glare of headlights and phone flashes. Marcus took the lead, not with anger but with a quiet strength that silenced the chaos. "This truck isn't just mine," he said, addressing the crowd. "It's used to deliver supplies to veterans, to teach kids about service. HOA didn't just attack Mesh, attacked what we stand for." His words hit hard. A veteran in the crowd, leaning on a cane, shouted, "Shame on you, HOA!" The chant spread. A wave of voices united in disgust. HOA, once the queen of Willow Creek's rules, stood alone, her authority shattered. The aftermath was swift and merciless. The HOA board, spurred by Linda's evidence, voted unanimously to remove HOA as president. The town council, flooded with complaints, launched an investigation into her actions, uncovering a trail of falsified fines and threats. Residents shared stories online how HOA had bullied a young couple into moving, how she'd find a widow for a cracked mailbox. The social media storm grew, with hashtags like HOA Karen and Justice for Marcus trending locally. HOA's name became synonymous with petty tyranny, her reputation irreparably broken. But the story didn't end in vengeance. Marcus, true to his character, turned the scandal into something bigger. He organized a community cleanup to repair the damage not just to his truck, but to the town's spirit. Neighbors donated to replace the tires, and the Veterans Center received a flood of support. Linda, once too shy to speak up, became the new HOA president, promising transparency and kindness. At a town hall, Marcus addressed the crowd one last time. "This isn't about HOA," he said. "It's about us choosing who we want to be together." HOA disappeared from Willow Creek soon after, rumored to have moved to a city where no one knew her name. Some said she was too ashamed to face the neighbors she'd once lorded over. Others whispered she was plotting a comeback, but no one cared enough to find out. The town had moved on, stronger for it. In the end, Willow Creek found its heart again. Marcus's truck rolled back into service, carrying not just supplies but a story of resilience. The community learned that power, unchecked, could poison even the smallest places, but truth, backed by courage, could heal them. What do you think? Where do you draw the line between standing up for rules and tearing others down? Share your thoughts. Let's keep this conversation alive.